So, okay, welcome everyone to session 10, I think it is, of the Fever Swamp. I am Matt, the GM, even though I sound like I'm doing a goblin voice or something. This is just me, because I am sick. So maybe this will be a short session, depends how much talking I end up doing and how much it destroys my voice. So, yes. Last week was not a usual session, but if Sala, you want to tell us what all you did because you did the most things. Sala.
Let me remember here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was chewing something. This may be out of. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I really should have gone back and listened to it, I think, because I was half asleep through the whole thing. I think that was the day we went to the zoo or something, and I was barely awake.
Yeah, I think
Anyway.
it was that day, but yeah.
Oh.
I need to go back and listen to it too. Well, these may be out of order, but I remember Filsticker's familiar arrived. It is a Quasit. Let's see, what was its name? I don't remember.
It sounded like Filsticker.
Yeah. Filsticker. And it takes the form of a toad that sits in his pocket. It also ate one of his eyes, so he's weird looking now. He also stole. Yeah. And he stole the book from Luke's bag while he was sleeping.
His name was Spilkter.
Yeah. Spilkter, yeah. He stole the other book from Lucas's bag. We rolled and
yeah,
I defeated you, so yeah.
I honestly had no idea that we decided that it was going to be staying in my bag, but I'm glad that decision had been made, and I enjoyed listening through that session about what you did with it. I'm kind of glad, out of character, that you did manage to get a hold of it and go through all of that, because I think it's an interesting storyline. But do understand that Lucas is obviously dead set against it, so.
Right.
No, of course.
The same thing with Silas. I think it's more interesting that you messed with it, because either I was going to burn it or I think Lucas was going to burn it, so that would have been the end of that plot line, which...
No, I have to do all that. I'm a warlock. I wouldn't advance in my class if I didn't do that.
Yeah, other people did character stuff too, I think. Didn't Kildrak do
Yeah.
stuff?
Well, we learned some stuff about like Kildrak's background, and Kildrak made a check to refit the plate armor that you acquired for Bort. So Bort acquired some plate mail, and
we needed a tank.
Yes, now you have one. Try not to drown.
We'll have to pick up a bunch of oil for the armor.
Yes. Otherwise, not very much stuff comes to mind about what happened with the others. So, yes. But a week has passed. Everyone who needs to pay for a week of lifestyle. Although I think some of the people who played last time did then. So if you did then, you don't need to now. Everyone else does.
Lucas will use his backstory ability to survive for this week by copying maps and selling them.
Okay.
His trade.
It looks like I wrote down the amount of money I'd need to spend, but I haven't done it in Roll20 yet, so I'll go do that now. Oh wait, no, I did it. Down from 165 to 65.
If you asked us to pay it, I did pay it last time.
Yeah, 5 days of normal lifestyle cost is 100 gold, I think. Is it like 20 a day then?
Oh, it's way less than that. It's like silver. It's not even. It's way less than that. That'd be like living like a noble.
Yeah. I really must have been tired because I did write 100 gold.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, the 100
anything.
gold is from doing your research.
Oh, I see.
Remember, you
Okay,
have
those were two separate notes. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I'll figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I paid mine already. Because I got...
There we go. Lifestyle. Yeah. So like a modest lifestyle is 1 gold a day. Poor is 2 silver pieces. Yeah.
Yep. All right, I found it.
If you live as poor, I'm going to give you a 10% chance of needing a check for disease, though.
That's fair. I just did modest for 5 days, so that's nice and simple. 5 gold. Cool.
Okay. So if everyone's paid,
I
then
think I paid last time.
yeah, I think you did.
I can't remember for
And,
sure, but
And Bort paid for it with work. So yes. Okay. So you all meet up. It's been a week. You've had your rest. You have your spell slots back. I guess it's time to head out into the swamp.
Yep. And so following Retromux plan with the circle here, so I assume we'll do like either this hex, or this one probably. Any of these 3 would be fine, really.
All right.
I don't have a preference for which, but like, I was thinking we could do speed to get there in 1 day instead of spending 2. That would be my idea anyway. And what was this other one over here? The UR, the red one.
That is Phil Sticker had a vision that there was some sort of gigantic pile of bad things over there, somewhere in that range.
The corpse.
All right, cool.
But yeah, we
Alright.
should either go clockwise or counterclockwise around this. We could rapid row to here or to here to get started.
Let's just do this one so we can flee into the plains if we need to, if we get really messed up.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you were going to do travel at a fast pace, so you can do this in 1 day. Yes.
That was my plan, yep.
All right. And which hex, for my purposes, if you get lost, which one are you going through to do that?
We could go through Gums Hollow.
Sure, let's pass through Gums Hollow. Then we're never very far. Then if we do get lost, we're lost somewhere. We're almost anywhere we can go. We'll either be where we want it to be or a place we recognize.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay. So, yeah. So, who is going to navigate, and is anyone going to forage for food?
Normally doesn't, I think, Kildrak navigate one of the two?
God no.
Or no,
I'll navigate.
Yeah,
Pointer will continue to navigate.
I guess I'll keep foraging for food. Was that survival or nature?
Survival.
Oh god, we have
Okay.
the same problem in GURPS. What's the difference again?
Hey, is anyone better at nature or at survival? I'm sure you are. My scores are different now, so it matters.
I think I've got a 2 survival.
You do it.
What?
Actually, I had a 3 survival, so like,
You do it.
okay, I'll do it. Yes. Silas searches for forest mushrooms, or swamp mushrooms.
Those are usually bad.
We'll find the good ones. That's what the roll is for. I got 2 22s. I'm sure we can live.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So go ahead and roll for your food recovered and water found.
I'm sorry. How much was it again?
D6 food, D4 water.
All right. Aw.
Oh, plus wisdom mod.
Oh, okay. So that's. Wisdom is +1, so 2 food and 3 water. Cool.
Okay.
Did you want to add those, Retrimok, since I thought you were mostly doing the card inventory?
Yep. So how many of us are traveling out today? It looks like 6 of us are on this boat. So we're going to consume. Those were both plus whiz or just the food?
Both get plus whiz.
All right, cool.
So it looks like your whiz is 2, right?
Oh, 1.
It's like we're going to consume 3 water, and it's like we're going to consume 4 food. We don't actually have like socialized food piles yet. We should probably do that. Actually, why don't we just do that? Permission to can we turn the chest into a token?
Sure.
On Canoe 3, and we will put all of our rations in it.
Collectivize our rations. Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot to buy more rations when we were in town.
I think between us, we actually have a pretty good number of rations. I'm not super concerned, but once this is a token that I can edit, which it isn't, I'll start adding those in.
I'm fine with that, but I'm keeping one on me at all times because I don't.
Oh, that sounds like a good plan. I think we want to keep
Yeah.
a couple of emergency rations each, but use the box for day-to-day rations.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I believe I have it controlled by all players now.
yep, looks like. So Lucas will put in 10 rations that he was carrying. Is anyone else putting rations into the communal
I'm gonna
ration pile?
throw 8 at it.
I'll put
Okay.
8 as well.
I'll put 2 in.
I'll add 1 because I'm only carrying 2.
Let me double check how many I've got. Let me make sure I check the right character. 'Cause I've got 3 fucking sheets.
And next
I
time we're in
have
Clank, we'll fill it up.
5, so I'll put in like 3.
Okay. That's a healthy number of an acceptable number of rations per day. We'll keep a larger number later, but it looks like we're still going to consume 4 of those. So I'll just mark those down now.
Very
Up
good.
and done.
Very good. So, as you make your way through Gump's Hollow, Silas is picking mushrooms, and as you go, and probably fishing and gathering food, or trying to, I should say, since you only got two meals worth.
Yeah.
You see in the water amongst you, you swim through very snake-infested waters, and there are poisonous snakes on the branches and the trees. But in general, the trip goes safe, and you get into unmapped land where you make camp for the night.
Cool. And we have to all do the disease checks.
Yes.
Cool.
Um,
Oh no, Dethel or Port.
yes, Dethel, who is now Bort, and I need to update my miasma check again. Okay, I need to roll on the disease table.
Oh no.
Okay, a 9.
It's like, I guess, to do a Constitution save. I think DC 12.
It's 13.
Oh, 13. That was close.
Oh, it's actually D12 disease, not D20, but okay, 9 still works. Yes, yep. Slag, make a roll against disease.
D20 is disease table as if you buy Fever Swamp Advanced Edition.
I'm fine.
Very fortunate. Yeah. So you rest, and sometime during the night, it begins to rain. And when you awake, the sky shows no sign of letting up. Another dreary day in the swamp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, time to start mapping.
How can we map if all the ink runs off? We need a balloon, or I mean, a umbrella. That's what you call those.
Oh, not to worry. I have a cantrip for that, Chris will say.
Oh, okay.
But I will make that map-making roll. Or does that come after our random encounter check?
Yeah, that
I
comes at
think
the end.
it's after.
That comes at
Yeah.
the end of the day. So, you head out and begin mapping the area. As you are making your way along, you encounter first, draped over the branch of a tree, you see a strange-looking net. It looks like it's made of... It's clearly made by, intelligent hands, and appears to have been made from, like, animal guts, as opposed to, like, twine or anything like that. And it's
Or
just
like
draped...
plant
yeah, it's supposed to be plant material. And it's draped over a tree branch.
And it's empty?
Yeah, it's empty. It looks like someone hung it there and then forgot about it.
Does it look fresh?
No, not especially.
Does there appear to be any signs of any type of individuals or beings nearby?
In the distance, you can, when you might be able to make out smoke as if from a fire.
Oh, this might be like
Probably
a...
not because it's raining. So, yeah. But I already said it.
All right. Well, Lucas will have Balearica take a bit of a flight, see what she sees.
Okay. So Balearica flies upwards, and she sees the trail of smoke is coming from a house out in the swamp. Looks lived in. There's light inside from a fire, and there's smoke coming out of the chimney. It just looks like a simple little cabin on a bit of ground that is raised out of the swamp. As she flies around some more, though, she sees in the water in front of this house there are two giant men. They're green and fat and dirty, and very tall. And each of them has a net like the one that's draped on this tree, and they're fishing with them. throwing them
Well,
out,
that seems fair enough.
pulling them back.
By
in.
very large men, do you mean like
I mean
large in the
giants.
technical sense?
Oh, like game
He called
mechanically
them
large.
giant.
Yeah. Large in they would take up multiple hexes in the game
All right.
sense. Beliarca also is probably going to notice, or Lucas will if he's seeing through her eyes, they couldn't actually fit in that cabin that they're standing outside of. That's like a human-sized cabin, and they're like, 15 feet tall greenmen.
Lucas will say to the others when Balearica gets back and exchanges this information. The direct link only works within 100 feet, otherwise it's delayed. Or rather, I'm not getting the sites, I'm just having to rely on communicating with Balearica, so you can figure that she gives me bad details if you want to. It's unclear in the rules, but Lucas will say, there's a pair of giants outside a human-sized house up ahead. They seem to be fishing with nets like these, although unless they caught this tree and then I don't know how this net got here. But do you all want to investigate it, or?
That's a
So
good
they like
question.
orcs or something?
They're too big to be orcs.
About
I
how
think-
far away is this house?
Yeah, I don't know. You're safely outside of them noticing you, and you could go around, but you could also, it's not like far away.
Would I say that we could safely come within 1,000 feet of that house?
Sure.
Okay, then I would very much like to do that, because Lucas is going to cast Locate Object, medium-sized corpse.
Okay. Any medium-sized corpse?
The nearest medium-sized corpse,
All right.
within 1,000 feet.
Then 1,000 feet of you. I mean, it's the Fever Swamp. There's lots of corpses, but
But be fair.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that becomes a great way to start fishing for loot if there's always a corpse within 1,000 feet.
yeah. I don't think. I mean, unless crocodiles count. They might have a. Yeah, they
Are
wouldn't.
crocodiles medium-sized?
Small ones are. I mean, a small one is. Not a giant crocodile. But, I'm going to say that there is currently no medium-sized corpse within 1,000 feet of you, including the house.
Well, the house has a fire, and I'm not detecting any bodies. So, those giants haven't harmed whoever is inside.
Then we have no reason to interfere, Silas points out.
What if they're the sons of a hag?
That would be another good reason not to interfere.
Do you know of any green giants who live in this swamp, Bill Sticker?
Do I?
No, you already
Might
failed.
I have any?
You actually failed last session and several sessions ago to know about these things, and have failed repeatedly.
Oh no, we have to let it ride. Oh.
Alright, I probably don't know about them.
Coriander talking
Ah.
about,
Can I,
this is not a, we should, avoid
this,
any confrontation.
is this location referred to in the journal?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, you go to look at the journal that you have, and it's not in your bag anymore.
Did he steal both?
That's the journal he took from you.
Oh, he took the right. All right.
Yeah. 'Cause
Hmm.
he had the spooky journal, and you had the
Did any of you
landmark
borrow
journal.
the almanac? He'll ask the
Almanac.
others.
What?
The book that we found about locations in the swamp.
Why would anybody want that thing?
I don't know.
No, I had
I
no
thought that
need
was
of it.
something that like you were interested in.
I am.
I thought the one
Seems
with
to have
the
been replaced.
I thought the one with all the creatures in it was cooler.
Did you leave your bag out while you were
No.
in town?
I'd have kept it in my room with me.
You know,
None of you
there's-
have it. We'll just have to proceed.
I don't. Hopefully nothing happened to it.
Are we gonna do like a insight versus deception, or something?
Probably should.
Yeah, that seems fair.
That'd be fun, you know.
Yeah. Phil took a roll deception. Lucas roll insight, I guess.
What happens if we tie on natural 20s?
Well, yours is a natural. His isn't natural.
Oh,
Therefore,
okay.
Therefore, I will slide in your favor.
Phil
Oh,
Sticker.
no.
You think Phil Sticker is lying, or
Phil
hiding
Sticker.
something?
You were quite curious about these books before.
Filsticker damns his invocation for not helping him lie hard enough.
Could you please give me the book back so that we can look up if it has anything about this cottage?
I don't have it.
Phil Sticker, what did I say about this cottage a moment ago? I told you that my magic did not find any corpses in it. I will find that book. Now, the only question is, are you going to make me cast a spell, or are you just going to hand it to me?
You're gonna burn another spell slot on this. Yep. You know,
He
Saul,
puts a-
please don't, because like I don't want to die because you messed around and made him use a spell slot to find the book.
Indeed, yes. Filsticker throws up his hands and says, I don't have it. I don't have it. Don't waste the spell. I don't have it.
He has it. He'll tell the others.
Filsticker tries to decide if he's actually worried enough to about him wasting a spell to show them he doesn't have it. Yeah, he opens his bag. Says, "No, see, I don't have it. I've got cheese. This little toy goblin. He's just got a bunch of crap."
All right, Lucas will pull open the bag and inspect it himself. I am now investigating his belongings.
Well, there's no book. If he took
What
the
did
book,
you-
he didn't put it. He didn't bring it with him.
He tells you not to open that bag because it's filled with mushroom spores, he says.
What did you
Inside.
do with the book? 'Cause I think Silas catches on that he probably had it at one point now.
We'll find it in Clink. For now, I suppose we should send Filsticker to greet them, considering he's the reason we don't know about them.
That only seems
Seems
fair.
reasonable.
I'm gonna. This may be a waste, but I'm going to just kind of grab Vilsticker before they shove him on his way and cast heroism on him.
Okay.
Out of 1. And my spellcasting modifier should be 3, I think. Yeah, 3.
So, how are you making Vilsticker approach? You making him swim, or is one of the canoes going forward? And who else is in that canoe?
He could swim. Gump did it all the time, and he was fine up until he got stabbed.
With only 6 of us here, we could actually spare a canoe.
Do we want to?
Yeah, Killsrack, I think, can like hop over in someone's canoe and then we can like push it off toward the thing without the oars.
Let's just all go. It's dumb.
Oh, come on, no. Don't make us all suffer for this.
There was probably nothing in the book about this place anyway.
Probably not.
We can follow along at a safe distance.
Alright,
That
yeah,
way, if
let's,
he gets killed, we can find a way to get the boat back.
let's go that route then.
Okay. So, yes. Vilsticker's boat goes forward. And he comes out where the 2 fishing giants can see him. And one of them looks up and he nudges the other one, and they both look over at Vilsticker, and one of them holds up his hand and waves. He says, "Hello!"
Vilsticker waves back and says, "Hello!"
Are you here to see Mama?
Oh, I'm just passing through. He has no oars, so he continues just passing.
Well, all right. If you need any of them healing potions or any sicknesses cured, you come on back and visit Mama. She'll take care of you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yes, let's go visit Mama. As he continues to sit there in the canoe because he has no oars.
One of the giants comes forward. You don't got no oars for your boat.
What a predicament. Mind giving me a nudge?
Yeah, I pushed you to shore. You can go talk to Mama. Maybe Mama will have some extra oars. My name's Droog. And he starts pushing you towards the shore.
Thanks, Droog. I'm Vilsticker. There are some evil... No, I don't actually. My friends will come soon.
Did we actually send him on his own in the end? Oh well.
Yeah. You
In
as
that case,
like,
I'll have Balearica like watch from a tree and come get me when Vilsticker doesn't die,
mhm.
so we can go catch up. All right.
You guys forgot a net back there, he points.
I told you that you left it, brother. I was. They get in an argument about whose fault it was that the net was left out in the sun.
Perfect, I have sown discord between them.
You figure out through this argument that the one brother that pushed you, his name is Droog, and the other one is named Ralk.
I'm terrifying.
Yes.
Droog, like the Russian word for friend?
Droog.
Yes, I...
Yes. then the friends arrive, and Droog and Rolk stop arguing, and they wave. Hello! You are friends of Filsticker, yes?
More or less.
After a fashion. Pleasant to meet you.
Nice to meet you, small ones. Are you here to visit Mama?
To be honest, we were just curious who was here. We're mapping the region, you see. But we would love to meet with your mother, if she'd be willing to host us.
I think she very much would like to. Here, I shall push you to shore. And,
Oh, thank you.
And they both push you to shore very fast. And all three boats are now up against the shore. And Rolk calls out, "Mama, we got customers!" And then one of the and then the door to the cottage opens, and there is a very plain-looking woman with brown hair, human,
Mm-hmm.
and she looks out at you. "Hello. My name is Agatha Knife. What can I do for you?"
Lucas Dietrich Stein, Milfenberg Imperial Cartographers Society. We're just passing through. Thought we'd say hello.
I see. Lucas, would you like to come in and get out of the rain?
That seems pleasant enough. We can't stay long. We've got a lot of work to do, but certainly stopping for a few minutes to talk would be very pleasant.
Certainly. Come on inside. She goes in.
Lucas will go in. The house is a giant mimic. I understand.
We walked right into this one.
I'm not walking.
Phil
in.
Sticker is still sitting in the boat.
Yeah, Silas will go inside and accept his fate.
Okay.
Kudrak is gonna join them.
Okay.
Once-
Bort will join.
Once Lucas has gone inside, Phil Sticker will get up and go inside.
Grinder will continue to be suspicious about new people and stay outside.
Balearica will also guard the boats.
Okay. So as you enter, it's a very cozy little cottage. There is something bubbling in a cauldron over the fire. And she welcomes you. I'm afraid I don't have much to offer, but if you would like something to drink, I have some clean water here, and I suppose I could spare some stew.
We should be quite alright if your supplies are low. We've packed some clean water and food ourselves. Mostly the company sounds interesting. Tell me, what is life like here in this particular part of the swamp?
Oh well, with my two sons out there, it is relatively peaceful. They are, they're having two dredgers on your side is very helpful. The most things in the swamp won't approach them.
Do you do any trade with Clink?
Oh, with Clink, very rarely. I used to do more a long time ago, but not so much these days. Although anyone traveling the swamp who comes out this way, very frequently I do trade with them. Mostly I trade healing potions that I brew here. Although I am also a trained healer and have treated many sicknesses in my time. You all seem quite healthy, though.
Oh yeah, so that, as I said, we are simply moving through the area. I'll be sure to note this place on the map if you'd like more trade.
Oh, of course.
Do you know if there are any others that you do frequent trade with in the swamp,
Oh, well.
people we might want to visit while we're mapping.
Well, the people, they do come here on occasion. Their own shamans can take care of most of their illnesses, but I do make a good bit of profit trading them healing potions and the like, and other trinkets.
At this point, Lucas will launch into a conversation of indeterminable length about technical aspects of potion craft with her, unless someone stops him.
Very good. Yes.
Fort is going to nose around a bit, see if there's anything interesting about the cottage.
Okay. Give me a perception test.
Yay, I'm terrible at this.
Okay, a 13.
Lucky number.
Yeah. Nothing jumps out at you as unusual about the cottage itself. Although you do spy a that she is wearing an amulet that is carved from some type of bone. Which is a
Too
little
bad it's
unusual.
not a stone.
Why is that?
Stone cunning.
Ah.
Does it happen to have a gem in it?
No.
Yeah. I tried.
Do you want any of the rest of us to roll anything about this, or?
I don't think so.
All right.
But as you were winding down your long conversation about potion craft, she turns the talk to the people, and she talks about how they're good people, but that there's one particular practice that she really wishes that they would stamp out, and that they still engage in. And she says, "Have any of you heard of the transfiguration? Damn, what was it? Is it a leech? Worm. It's a worm. Have any of you heard of a transfiguration worm?"
Would we roll something to have heard about a transfiguration?
Yeah, I don't know. Have I?
Do we all scratch our heads?
You can roll nature, I suppose.
We're all.
Why, yes, of course. We all were primed on the subject at length by the local librarian.
We love the thing.
Okay.
You don't have a problem with transfiguration worms, do you?
Yeah. So, Kildrak, Lucas, Bort, Filsticker, you all know that transfiguration worms are a type of parasite that can be found in the Fever Swamp. They drill into your spine and integrate with your nervous system. They then begin influencing the hosts, called the Transfiguration Host, and drive them to go out and experience new things. And as they do so, their memories and former existence are slowly eaten by the worm, and in exchange, they also mutate with bizarre new forms and powers, until eventually the person that they were before is completely replaced by the worm, and they return to the swamp to die and become, more transfiguration worms.
Very peculiar.
Yes.
But yes, Lucas is familiar with that. And he'll say, yes, of course. Are people doing something with transfiguration worms?
Yes, it's most dreadful. Each tribe, they will choose a chosen child to purposely infect with the worm and then send out into the wider world. I think it's quite cruel. If you find they occasionally, the tribes will pay adventurers such as yourself to escort their infected children to the edge of the swamp. If they pay you for such a task, or you come across one of these children, I ask that you bring them to me, so that I may cure them of the parasite, or try to at least.
Of course. If the opportunity arises, we'll gladly help. Or at least I will. I can't speak to my companions, but I will certainly want to do that myself.
Would be glad to help with something like that. It sounds like a good cause, if you can cure them.
Yes. Well, I can't guarantee. It is a very tricky procedure to remove the worm once it is integrated, but it can be done.
Well, that's better than no chance.
Yes. And if you do, I will reward you, of course.
Even better.
That's curious. Why?
Well, I know that a lot of people who come to these swamps are treasure hunters, and you said yourself that you can't speak to whether or not all of your companions will.
That is true. It's good of you who offer to spend your own money to help the community this way.
Yes. And I'm afraid gold and silver doesn't do me much good sitting in the ground. So it's better that way. So yes, if you do not need any of my services right now, though, it sounds like you have many things to do. So I wish you all luck and have a pleasant day.
You as well.
Likewise. Yep, I'm back now. I'm sorry.
Should we buy a potion or something before we leave this lady?
That wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think.
Yeah, that seems like the right thing to do. Although, obviously, literally all of us are actually just infected by transfiguration worms. That's why we're PCs.
Oh, yes, we all say yes, we know about the worms. Can you help us?
Kind of makes
If you take
kind of
the
makes sense. Can't really remember your pasts. Just kind of like come into being, and as far driven to go and experience things, gain bizarre
and
new
wander into the
powers,
swamp.
wander into the swamp to die. Yeah.
If you take the worm out, will I turn back into a little boy?
But yeah, who's going to support small swamp business here?
I mean, I would, but Bort is poor.
I mean,
Philster asks her how much a potion is.
She normal market price, so it's 50 gold.
Oof. That hurts.
But she also
50, yeah, that's
she will accept barter as well.
And Lucas can actually make them, I know, right?
I know it's like Lucas is like, well, I mean, she
That's
gonna buy
what
any of
you're
my
gonna save it
potions?
Well, your
Oh, no,
potions
yeah.
aren't as good because yours only last a day.
No,
Yeah.
that's not
Tell
true.
her that,
My
though.
potions last until consumed. They just occupy a spell slot that entire time.
And you can only make a limited number.
Yeah.
We found this recipe for a potion of growth. Did you say you already knew it or something?
I do, but if you want to give her or sell her the recipe for the potion of growth, I'm on
Yeah,
board with
that was the plan. He was going to pull out that recipe because he took it and suggest we trade it for however many, because Bort should probably have some.
So you show her the recipe that you have.
Yeah.
She holds it in her hand, and her eyes go wide for a moment, and then she hands it back to you and says, "I'm afraid I've already have this one in my my herbal."
When her eyes went wide, she was absorbing the potion. I look at the paper; it's now blank. Oh, god damn it!
No, that's not it. Would you like
She's
to
a
roll
fast
insight?
reader.
The insight. Okay.
No, you don't know nothing.
All nuts. Oh. Philsticker pulls out his sack of exploded chunks of poisonous mushrooms and describes that.
Well,
They looked like eyes.
oh.
They
You mind if I
explode
take a look?
violently.
She takes a look and says, "Oh, well, where did you find these? These don't grow in the swamp."
Well, everybody knows where we found them.
Well,
Oh, we found them. We
over
found
here.
them in an old house.
Yes, it's on our mapping route for today. It's somewhat south of the village of Clink. Here,
Damn it, you're revealing it.
he'll point on the map to the bottom of his map and say it's about half a day's journey south of here. Godfried's Bane, an old manor house occupied by a ghost. Are you familiar?
oh yes, I know of the place. That's very interesting. Old Lord Godfried must have reclaimed some spores of some of these gas spores from the Underdark. I guess his lab just happened to have good enough condition for them to grow. Yes, these are very rare here. I will trade you a healing potion for these mushrooms.
Well, I'm no haggler. Oh wait, maybe I am. I don't know. You said these are very rare. Could I persuade you to offer us 2?
Roll persuasion. Well, you drive a hard bargain, but I'm not going to have another opportunity to buy these for some time, I don't imagine. So, very well, 2.
Already passes her the mushrooms.
And she goes into a cabinet and returns with 2 healing potions, which she gives to Filsticker.
Filsticker gives Bort a healing potion.
And Spilkter croaks from her pocket.
Filsticker puts the potion in his pocket with the toad.
The toad holds on to it. Very good. So, she kind of like gestures you out the door. She's like, well, it's going to take me some time to properly preserve all of these mushroom parts and organize things, and I obviously have more healing potions to brew. So if you will go ahead and take your leave, please remember what I said about the Transfiguration hosts, and have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Yep, I figure we all say an appropriate farewell and leave.
Yep.
Time for mapping. Yay!
Yep. So, Droog and Bralk bid you all farewell. One of them goes to Filsticker. Hey, your friends have some extra oars in their boat, so I got them for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
No.
It's good to equitably distribute the oars.
Yeah, otherwise you're just going to be floating around. You won't be able to know where you're going.
Yes, we have much to learn from others. I thank you for this insight.
You're welcome. You guys have a good time. Come on back now, you hear?
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
And you row off to finish exploring the swamp for the day.
And once we're out of like earshot of them, like we'll call up to Lucas and be like, "You didn't eat or drink anything while you were in there, did you?"
No.
Okay.
Though she seemed a polite enough host, Filsticker took a few beverages from her. We'll be able to examine from him the legitimacy of her operation. Now, she wanted us to bring her some people. People who'd been infected by a particular parasite that travels the swamp. She claims to have altruistic motives for this. I see no reason to doubt her, though I would want to be mindful of the possibility of nefarious motives. It does seem an odd thing to... I've known healers who will gladly donate healing, but who will hire adventurers to bring them sick people? It's a bit much.
Doesn't sound right.
To be fair, she probably doesn't have to pay rent or anything.
It's possible. But we should approach that with caution as well as trust.
All right. So the rest of the evening, or rest of the day rather, goes uneventfully, And Lucas, you're free to make your cartography check.
Cool. While I pull up my character sheet and click that, do we have any hunting going on today?
Oh, that's a good question. You're welcome to do that.
Yeah, I'll go do that again.
That is food then, Silas.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Yep. So you feed half the party at least.
Yay. Got some fish. Got some more swamp mushrooms.
Now, on the quick question on the foraging, I could forage, but it's we're mainly like focusing as a single member of the party's foraging.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
If someone, I suppose, there might be like help, maybe, but it's like one person's foraging, one person's handling the foraging role, one person's handling the either mapping or cartography role.
Mm-hmm. That's
But-
fair.
Yes. So Lucas unfortunately only got, due to the distraction of talking with Miss Agatha, only gets part of the area mapped today, and you'll have to dedicate another day to doing so. Did we mark off food and water for today?
Yes.
Okay. And water.
Yes.
Okay. So the night falls, and you make camp. I don't think anyone who has like short rest stuff. You can do that.
Okay.
And miasma roll. Everyone's good. And the next morning comes, and the skies are clear. I assume you're going to continue the mapping process. And as you're going around through this hex, you encounter no dangerous activity. It seems that Mama spoke true, that her boys keep this area safe. The only
That's
thing...
excellent news, actually. Lucas thinks that because of this area's proximity to the edge of the swamp, that he might recommend Nilfenberg construct a road out along here, so that traders from Clink, or who are on their way to Clink, can also stop by here without having to risk the swamp.
That might be wise. Yes, so you're able to travel this hex safely. If someone wants to forage for today, they can do that.
Alright. Did
Just
someone
okay,
beat me
okay.
to it? Or... Oh no, that was cartography. Oh no, not a good day.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Seems you've picked all the edible mushrooms, and no luck fishing.
Yep.
Yep.
Sometimes it be like that.
Yep. Yeah. Lucas continues making progress, but comes up short.
Still.
Yes. Looks like you're going to need one more day, at least.
eventually we all just start heckling him like, come on, how hard is it to map one little area of swamp? And he tells us he went to college for this for years
Well, you
and
have to
years.
understand that the coastline here is very intricate, particularly as it interacts with the adjacent space. We're wanting to plan a
Theoretically,
road. We have to
infinitely.
consider the possibility of bridges, which means we need depth monitoring. This is far more intensive a process than you might imagine as a layperson.
Yes, yes. And I suppose I can't criticize considering his empty-handed foraging run, so... No one did
It is
great
true
today.
supplies are looking lower than I'd like. We might not finish this trip either.
Oh no, Phil Sticker might be plagued.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Phil Sticker. You need to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw,
Oh Jesus! Oh God! Oh Jesus!
or you
oh
will
God.
suffer horrid swelling. Well, all right then. No horrid swelling for you.
Ah,
Only,
ah.
only normal.
No more, yeah, no more than usual.
Yes. Only normal swelling around your new eye.
Yeah, just standard low-level swelling all over my body.
Yes.
It's just about being goblins.
That's how you grow. If
At
you
least
stop
sometimes yourself.
swelling, you start shrinking.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so the next day, it's clear skies again, and you head out for your third day of mapping. You've been mapping the same area for a while now, so you should be making some progress, so you can have advantage on this roll. Lucas?
All right. I'm also making a change up to my thing. I'm no longer preparing scrolls of mage armor. I've decided that wasn't a good idea. I'm preparing scroll of locate object.
That makes sense.
It still consumes my arcane recovery to just own this scroll, though, so it's not great. Actually, I probably shouldn't even. Yeah, I think I'll skip the scroll
Okay.
for now. I'll have better use for it later. So let's make that check, and let's get some hunting done today too.
There you go. Yes, so...
We have a really, really accurate map of this part of the swamp.
Yes, your map is incredibly accurate and includes every little bump along the coast, and you've done so. You've done it.
Includes a scarcity of mushrooms in some areas.
Yes.
Well, obviously, we need to know the soil compositions so we can set up like rice paddies in the swamp.
All the
Yeah,
rice gets
paper.
sick.
No.
Problem.
Cranberries, then.
All the cranberries get sick.
But who will notice?
No, hey, wait. Cranberries are good. Anyway.
Anyway, it looks like Silas had no luck foraging again.
No.
Oh, so that's another 6 food and another 6
water.
water to mark off.
A friend of mine bought a bag of cranberries once, fresh cranberries, and we were eating them. And I remember the first one we ate, we said, "Oh, those are okay," and then we kept eating them, and they sort of got more and more bitter the more cranberries you ate, until we reached a point where we were eating them because they were so unpleasant, and we liked that.
So Lucas is going to recommend that we actually make back for Clink because we're down to just 2 days of supplies, and that's not really enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you camp for the night because it's late when you finish camping.
Mhm.
Clear skies again, and miasma check. Ixa's fine. She's got a cold back in town. And yes, so you are going to return to the village of Clink. How are you going to do that?
Via Gumps Hollow. at speed.
Gumps Hollow and speed. Very good.
At speed. Yes.
Yes. So I need navigation roll from one of you with advantage.
Navigation.
All right, that's enough.
All right. So, you are making your way with speed. I need each of you to make perception checks with disadvantage.
Mm. Oh wow.
Glad to see one of us is awake.
Mm-hmm.
We don't die immediately. It at least takes one round.
Silas is the only survivor.
So,
That was always likely.
so as you are making your way through the through Gumps Hollow, you Silas see that you are about to be ambushed by a group of skeletal warriors.
Oh no, not again. I wasn't here for this last time.
Do they have a canoe?
These ones do not have a canoe.
Yet.
Okay, so
Yes, and of course, Silas looks back to Bort and tells him, "Look alive." And oh, that was a bad pun. I didn't mean to, but you know. And presumably he tells the others back in line.
But maybe he shouldn't look alive. If we all look dead, then maybe they'll leave us alone.
Yes, everyone just try and look spooky and pose as one of them.
So, so yes. Silas, you were the first to notice these as you have gone as you were rowing with speed and you're in the front. You see these four skeletal warriors crouched over here on a landmass, getting ready to ambush you, and more to your left as well. The party is semi surrounded, but you and Filsticker are aware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, while you're setting it up, I was talking to the others. Like I said, I told Bort who presumably told the others.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I guess we'll have to roll initiative now.
Yes, initiative. Roll that.
So,
Oh, hey, skeleton warriors.
yeah, are we just gonna try and escape, or?
I mean, that's quite a few. I don't know. Can we tell if are they? Do they look like they're especially dangerous?
None of they look like brittle bones covered in swamp slime.
It's a pretty standard skeleton. I was about to say bog standard, but
Swamp standard.
So I'm going to need you to manually add me to the turn order. By the look of it.
Okay. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Is everyone in the turn order now?
I think so.
Yep, that's all. There's nothing else that goes in that turn order.
I meant other than the skeletons, obviously. Hmm. Okay. So it looks like the skeletons win initiative.
It's ironic that you told Bort to look alive because he's not.
No. Yeah, that's. Oof.
Obviously, he was too busy telling everyone else to get ready properly.
Okay. So, the ambush begins. The two way away on the other island, these two have ancient-looking bows that have somehow not fallen apart in the years since their deaths, and they each twang an arrow. The first one targeting Silas, and the second one targeting Bort. This one's at Silas. This one is at Bort. The arrows land amongst you in your boat without injuring you,
Yeah, neither of those is gonna hit. Cool.
though. The skeletons here in the island, these two splash out into the water with their movement and are ready to defend themselves, blocking off, but also blocking off this this path of escape. This one, oops, this one runs over to the other side of the his bit of land and is watching you carefully. This one also runs up. This one also runs up to the shore, then into the water. These ones here come splashing out into the water and are ready to defend themselves.
Preemptive defense, eh?
Yes. And Quarandir, it is your turn.
Hopefully you can leverage that position. We managed to get our boat turned around, but should be fine.
Well, see here. Can move this out of the way, huh? Quite a few. I think our easiest thing is for a path of escape. Most definitely. But this is the first threat, right here.
That's the
Okay.
closest one to you, yes.
I will place an arrow in the first threat.
All right, you'll have disadvantage because it took the dodge action. But you hit exactly. That was meant to be a GM roll, but okay. You know how many hit points that one has now.
Oh, yes, the meta.
I would say it was half dead, but these things probably take less damage from piercing attacks.
Actually, no. They're just vulnerable to a different type. But they take normal damage. And, yes, so your arrow strikes it and breaks some bone, but it's not going to stop. Philsticker.
Eldritch Blast on the same guy. Is his dodge still active?
Yes. So you miss. He sees your Eldritch Blast coming and jumps out of the way,
Damn.
and you blast the water with its. You blast the swamp with its own swamp.
It becomes clean.
No, it's swamp magic, right? It would make it even swampier.
I assumed that the swamp and swamp canceled out. You can't have too much swamp. However, I am
can't.
bound by vows to never tell anyone that that makes clean water.
I was gonna say you can't have too much swamp is the slogan of the Fever Swamp Tourism Board.
Which is just a building with a bunch of decayed bodies in it and some posters.
Come, wander the swamp. Then you'll go on to have amazing experiences. Everything about your life will change until one day you're called back. You'll never be the same after visiting the Fever Swamp.
No false advertising. Yep.
Very true. Now Kildrak. Kildrak, there's some spooky, scary skeletons getting much too close to you.
Well, Blade Flourish is too long to read right now, so I'm just gonna cast Bane at them.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I need to specify. So it's gonna be at the 3 uninjured ones near me.
Okay.
Uh,
What kind of save is that?
Charisma.
Oh, they're bad at that one.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Give me a second. I'll put up the card.
I'm going to roll them from top to bottom.
What the?
Well, you know, you know,
Okay.
dice
No,
rolls. Yeah.
that's yeah.
Wow.
So guy down here at the bottom though, he fails. He is now baned. This sleepy face is a symbol for bane now. There we go.
Well, That
Anything
should have
else?
been more effective, but okay. Let's see. I think that's a full action.
Oh.
So...
Oh wait. I typoed. That should have been -3, not +3. So that actually,
let's
actually
see.
the top one failed as well.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
My bad.
Nah, whatever.
I blame my keyboard.
There you go.
Betrayed me.
But no, that was a full action. I don't think I can really do anything else.
Yeah. I mean, you could jump in the water and swim for your life, but you know
I
that's
could.
probably not a good idea to do that yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose not to take that action.
Okay, very good. Lucas, what actions do you choose to take?
I guess I'm gonna shoot my bow at the injured one.
That makes sense.
I was
Disadvantage.
measuring out, and because I've bound up on the back of the boat, I'm not in range for any better spells. So, it's gonna do that. It looks like I hit.
You need a 13 to hit.
Well, I got a 23, so.
Disadvantage. They all moved and dodged.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. So that is a miss. Silas.
Yep.
Skeletons are all around.
Yeah. So seeing the spooky skeletons close
Yes.
in,
I
Silas.
think they want to socialize, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, neither do I. But yeah, Silas pulls out the musket that he got and has never used so far and figures this is as good a time as any to try it out.
Okay.
It begins the 10 turns of loading
no, let's just assume it was loaded already
and
because
lighting the match.
I'm fine with assuming that you were going through the death swamp with a loaded gun. I'm fine with that
Good.
assumption.
All right.
Not used to it yet, huh?
No, apparently not.
Hmm.
Just one off like Lucas.
Yep. Your gunshot clangs and reflects off of one of the armored shoulder pads of one of the skeletons. Bort. Bort, the skeletons, they come for you.
I guess I will shoot with my heavy crossbow now that I am not muted.
That is good. Which one are you shooting?
I will shoot. What? Why does that one have a face over it?
Because he has Bane on him.
Ah,
Makes
So
them
does the
bad
other.
at save rolls and bad at attacking.
Hmm.
I will shoot the one directly below him.
The one that is not baned?
Yes, this one,
Okay, very good.
because it is close and shoot it pretty easily. So I will roll that and pray.
That is a
Yay, I
hit.
hit it.
That is a hit.
And I do 7 piercing damage.
I need to see how many hit points this guy has. This guy also has 14 hit points.
They all just have 14 hit points.
Yeah. It's like, why am I bother rolling? Okay. His hit points are recorded. Very good. So yeah, you shoot him. You shoot him in the chest and break some ribs, but he's still shambling forward.
Doesn't need those ribs.
I will drop my heavy crossbow in the boat, prepare to take out my maul.
Good. Very good. And so that concludes the players' turns. So now we are back to the skeletons. And the two archers take new shots at Silas and at Bort. Silas, you've been struck by an arrow.
Oh no. Yep. You didn't roll damage yet, though.
I just did. 7
there, okay.
damage.
Silas, are you okay?
That's
Silas, are you okay? Are you okay,
survivable.
Silas?
Yeah, let's see. There, I marked it.
Alright. The skeleton down to the south, he splashes out into the water, facing you, and is ready to meet any advance. This one comes along the side of the boat, slowly and with his guard up. The baned one comes up alongside Silas to attack with its rusty swamp sword. 20 minus 1d4 for Bane, plus 4 to hit. 4 does not hit you.
Nope.
And the other two come up and surround Bort. First one of them is baned. I'll roll first.
That does not hit.
Nope. And the other one is not baned.
Still doesn't hit.
And still doesn't hit because of your fancy new armor.
Yes.
Bort is there getting wailed on, but protected, as they cannot stab you through your full plate. The damaged one from above comes splashing through the water to try and stab Kildrak. Ineffectually.
Try harder next time.
These ones just stay there at the mouth of their watching and defending themselves. And Quarandir, it's your turn.
Let's see here. I will shoot at the same one I shot at previous.
Very good. You've got a mostly clear shot at them. That's a hit. The 3 is if the extra 1d6 damage is if you had Hunter's Mark on?
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it would have been an extra 3 damage if I had Hunter's Mark on.
Right. Okay. Doesn't make you don't, but that doesn't make a difference because it had 7 hit points. So yeah, please describe how you dispatch that skeleton.
As I take a bead on it, and I notice it goes for a Kildrak. As soon as it makes its forward movement, I let loose an arrow into the only part that is reasonably damageable, its skull.
And your arrow passes through the skull, and it falls over and splashes down into the water. Ilsticker, it's your turn.
I think you know what I'm going to do.
But I don't know which one you're going to target.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said that while I was deciding which one to target, and I then was staring and thinking, oh, wait, no, I have, like, disadvantage for shooting into melee, don't I?
Not for shooting into melee, but the fact that, like, Kildrak and Bort are both, like, in your way of targeting that damaged one, I would say yes.
Alright.
Or I would say that they're giving it cover, rather, but yeah, it would be non-perfect.
Well, he'll just shoot at the other one that's approaching Silas.
Okay, you have disadvantage on that one because of.
Never mind.
All right, well, yeah. So you missed that one entirely. And swamp, some more swamp. Kildrak, you were just attacked, but it then was killed by your dwarf companion.
And I was all ready to whack it with my axe too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can drive your boat forward and hit other things with axes.
It's true.
Or you can you could attack the one that you baned right there.
Is it? Oh, I guess it is in reach. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
I'm gonna. Is that one damaged or not?
It is not.
It's not damaged.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Oh, damn. Okay, well, that's not really. None of those are really that worth it right now. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna whack that one with my battle axe.
Very good.
I believe I've got something. I think I've already applied it. Yeah, +2 bonus damage, one-handed. Yeah, that's applied. Okay. So, yeah.
Crit.
Okay.
Ultra crit.
Yeah. So, go ahead and roll your damage. I need to figure out how many hit points that guy has.
None.
Maybe after this attack. I'm not gonna put his hit points on there until you. Oh, you did roll damage. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
He has 0 hit points. Please describe how you destroy him in one attack.
Well, having been gearing up for a split second to take on the one that charged him, Kildrak is now just angry that it's dead, and he didn't get to do it. So he just lets out a loud belting cry, turns slightly, and uses that momentum to just cleave the skeleton clean in two.
Putting the kill in Kildrak.
Yep, and it is instantly dispatched.
Woo.
Lucas.
I don't know if these skeletons can feel regret, but I'm sure if they can, they do.
So Lucas will continue firing his crossbow, this time at this one.
Okay. 6 damage. All right. Out of his 14 hit points. There we go.
Just FYI, I at least can see all of the health rolls that you've been doing.
Yeah, I've in every previous encounter I've done them as secret rolls, but
Okay, I did
it by accident the first time, and then I didn't care enough to retype 2d8 when I can just arrow up to that one.
Fair enough.
And now you know how you now know their range from the first one, so whatever.
I just thought I'd point it out just in case.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Well, no, I don't, but I know what I'm doing in this very specific case. Yeah. So that one is struck by the arrow, but does not fall. I'm running out of ways to describe that you shot a skeleton without inflicting much damage. Silas.
All right, so dropping the musket instead of bothering to reload it and go through the process of figuring out how matchlock firing mechanisms work with no experience or whatever it is. He drops it, goes into the kind of his quiet version of a barbarian rage, and yeah, picks up the pike to stab the same skeleton that Lucas shot. Oh wait, is that 15 feet? No.
Yeah, that's 15 feet. But
Yeah, I thought it was 10 when I was measuring from the wrong hex.
you do have the baned one behind you.
Yeah, alright, I might as well do that one instead. Never mind, I wanted to concentrate on one that was already attacked, but yes. Alright. Or not.
Yeah, so you pike at the skeleton, it parries, and no progress is made.
No, just complete and utter miss.
Mm-hmm. Bort?
Bort is going to, I guess, draw his maul and maul that skeleton that is beside him.
Very good. Roll the hit. Oh
Skeleton has not been mauled.
no. Yes. Skeleton ducks under your massive swing. And the skeleton counterattacks. Stabbing at Bort. Ineffectually.
Bort is very hard to hit.
Yes. Silas, yours counterattacks after you leave yourself open, maybe. No, you don't.
Nope.
The two archers fire at Silas and at Bort. Arrows landing amongst them. The damaged one moves closer to Bort. I think he's within range. He attempts to get Bort from behind, and he does!
Oh no.
Yes, Bort, take this small, probably insignificant amount of damage
How awful.
as you get shanked from behind.
Bort's going to die. He's not going to die.
No,
I mean, eventually.
I mean,
he's a
we
player
are
character. There are
adventurers.
like 60 different ways you can become immortal.
That's fair.
The skeletons that have been hanging back to prevent your escape see that you were now stuck in with their companions and begin moving forward to join the attack. Carefully moving forward. Sloshing through the water as quick as they can. Well, not as quick as they can. As quick as they can while still defending themselves. And yes, we're back to Quarandir. Quarandir? Calvin?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going after this one.
Okay. You'll have disadvantage
Yep.
because he used dodge.
Let's see.
That's a miss.
Poof.
Sploosh, your arrow lands in the water. Anything from your movement? I don't think so. Probably not.
No.
Phil Sticker.
Lasers.
Okay.
Let's see.
Which one are you
He-
lasering? The one that just stabbed Bort?
Yeah.
All right.
I hope he dies again.
You needed a 13. You got a 12.
Cox. These
You
bastards are slippery.
you swamp up one of his pieces of armor, suddenly growing mushrooms out of the rusted metal.
Mushrooms pop out of the mushrooms.
Yeah. You made him look cooler.
Shit! Now they're gonna think I'm their enemy. My
Kildrak.
friends, that is.
Kildrak. There are no skeletons within axe range.
This is a problem.
Yes.
I don't. Hmm.
You can move the
I don't
boat.
like that. I could, yeah, but that would take my turn pretty much.
Yeah.
Would it be possible, reasonable, etc., to hop into the boat in front of me and just move that way?
You could. That would be possible. I would require an athletics check to do it, but you're close, so it won't be hard. But like if you roll a 1, you might, trip and splash in the water.
Okay. That's about what I expect. That's fine. I'll do that. Try and move, excuse me. Try and move into the middle so I can be within range.
Steal Bort's kill.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Give me an athletics roll, DC 5.
I've got 7, so.
Okay. Well. Yeah. All right, then you literally can't fail.
So, yeah.
You jump and move across. You're now bumping up next to Bort.
How's it going, bud? How's that armor treating you?
He's bleeding. He's been stabbed. Apparently,
So,
you left
not
a hole.
perfect.
You left a gap.
Anyways, I'm gonna
For the
use.
most part, it is done well.
I need to split this into multiple later. Anyways, I'm gonna use slashing flourish.
Okay.
And I don't like that word. Which I'll just copy paste because it's long.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll split it into multiple later.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how all of your College of Swords stuff works.
I'm not totally sure either, honestly.
All right, so you expend a use of your Bardic Inspiration to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target you hit and to any other creature of your choice that you can see within
Actually,
5 feet of you. Damage equals the number you roll on your Bardic Inspiration die. Okay.
okay. I think
The question is, do you need to declare that before or after you make your attack
that's
roll?
what I'm checking. Because I'm not honestly positive. Let's see, that part doesn't apply right now. If a weapon attack that you make as part of this action hits a creature, you can. Okay, so it's not declared beforehand.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my axe. I think that hits.
That's a crit, so yeah, that hits.
I'm gonna pay for this later, I'm sure. I don't know how yet, but anyways, so I'm still gonna do the slashing flourish because I want the chance to hit a second thing.
Sure.
So that requires expending an inspiration. Do I roll damage first?
Yeah.
Expend one of your. Okay.
Yeah, basically you're going to add your inspiration die as damage, and then also deal that dies of damage to another adjacent target.
Okay, so there's my damage, and then my inspiration die, I think, is a
D6.
D6, yeah.
Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah. So you definitely kill the one in front of you, and you deal 6 damage to the other one.
Yeah.
Nearly taking it out. I'm going to let you describe how you kill one and badly damage the other one.
Okay, so first he just takes sort of a short leap across the boats, probably jostling everyone else and pissing them off a little bit. Runs past Bort, probably nudging him on accident. All the while, like, just yelling. No real words, just yelling. When he gets up next to Bort, he looks at the one that just hit Bort from behind. Takes a, say, diagonal slash over the shoulder, cleaves the bastard in two, immediately just does like almost a pirouette in the middle of combat to spin around and brings the axe back up diagonally from the bottom across the other one.
Very nice. Very good.
And the process breaks like all the rules of combat and what you're not supposed to do.
Golf clapping.
Yes. So, Lucas, what are you doing?
The same thing I do every night.
Shooting crossbows at skeletons?
Yep, gonna have cover, but I'm gonna take the shot anyway.
All right.
So, this is actually 2 less than this. So no.
Yeah, no. Now, you try and aim and get a shot, but between Quarandir and Filsticker and Bort and the boat, there's just you can't get a clear line of shot that you feel safe taking.
Nope.
And,
Lucas is more or less a civilian in this party, which is somewhat refreshingly interesting to play. We'll see how that develops over time, but yeah, he's not great in combats.
Yeah. I mean, he's got access to some spells though, and I mean, you're not too far from getting some, at least access to some scary magic. So,
It's true. Mid-level wizards are always good in combat, even if they don't mean to be. But
yep. But Silas, it is your turn.
Yep, and I'm gonna try and finish off that one by moving up the boat here.
Okay. You get opportunity attacked by the Baned one.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Does
what I wasn't
Does a
scared
5 hit?
about. No,
Dang.
it's off by an order of magnitude. Hmm.
This may not be a good idea. We might be tipping the boat a bit.
And then you add 2 to that from the rage.
Okay.
So 7. Wait,
Well,
not that it matters at all. It's
yeah,
just
it had
for
one
the
hit
purpose
point,
of overkill.
Yeah. So I guess you just run in and spear it through the head.
Spear the skull off, yes, and lift it off, and I guess flick it into the swamp so it splashes into the water by these ones over
Very
here.
Very good. Yes.
Then back to Bort.
Bort, all your skeletons are dead.
Jump off the boat so it doesn't capsize.
Don't jump off, you'll rust the armor.
yeah. So in real life, if the boat is weighed down, you don't want to try to jump off the weighed down end, because to do that, you have to shove down hard with your legs.
Oh, fair. Yeah, don't listen to me. I
Don't jump
not
off.
experienced
Just
with
like
boats.
roll off.
Maybe walk to the front of the boat
Yeah.
and hit that guy beside it.
Yeah. that'd be
Bort
good.
is going to pick up his. Oh yeah, there is a guy right beside it. Bort's going to move down to this end of the boat and maul this skeleton hopefully.
Very good. Maul away. Hey, that's a mauling.
I hit.
Yeah.
Yay.
Roll some damage.
Hit hard.
Okay, and he's vulnerable to bludgeoning. So you did 24 damage. Let's see if I can make an impossibly good health roll. I can't. So, Fort, please describe how you have dispatched that skeleton. And I won't actually delete that guy because he's the one that is the turn order. So I'm just going to throw him over here. But he's dead now.
Bort just, hefts his maul, has it on his shoulder as he stomps down to the other end of the boat. And when he gets there, hefts it up and brings it down, and the skeleton just turns into powder under its sheer weight.
Yep. Yes, he does. And we're back to the skeletons. The archer skeletons both shoot at Bort now.
Too many gaps in this armor. It wasn't made for me originally. Oh, that actually hurt.
Mm-hmm. Gildrak, you missed a spot, as there's now like an arrow lodged into Bort's armpit.
Don't worry, Bort. I'll fix the armor again. I don't know how to fix you, but
Actually, you do. Healing word.
oh, that's right, I do. But I'm not gonna because that's not an efficient use of a spell slot.
It will be when he goes down.
Yeah, but not until then.
Yeah. So the first one comes splashing up to the boat and stabs at Bort in his armor.
That didn't work very well.
No. This one comes in and flanks you. Attacks you with advantage. Still can't get a hit. The last one comes up and surrounds the boat, attacking Kildrak, the dancing dwarf. Ineffectually. But your boat is now surrounded by skeletons once again. Fresh-faced and bony and slimy. Unharmed.
So seriously, how is Bort doing on health?
You should be able to see.
I mean I can kind of see, but it's not
He is down to 1/3.
okay.
Exactly. 6 out of 18.
Oh, okay.
On a scale of 1 to 18, he's about a 6. That just reminds me of there was a story someone posted online, like their GM didn't want the players like talking about their exact hit points. So when the cleric was trying to ascertain how injured the fighter was, he said, like, on a scale of 0 to 64, I'm about a 32.
I thought you were referencing that actually.
I was. I don't know if I had to explain my reference. Forgive me.
Just making it the best kind of joke.
Yes. Anyway, but Quarandir.
Well, we'll do it again, and let loose. Yep, to here, and
Sure.
Kildrak, gonna give you a hand.
Cool.
All right, that's a hit. All right. So you arrow it, shoot it through the spine, but the arrow just gets snapped in half by the backbones, and it keeps standing. Filsticker,
Hi.
what you doing?
Okay. Well.
You're now alone in your boat. You may have flashbacks to the last time you were alone.
Oh God.
Hey, I didn't
Right.
take the oars this time.
That's true.
I
Oh,
meant,
no,
I meant the other
flashbacks
previous
earlier.
time. He has, he has PTSD flashbacks to when Gump was killed.
I'm gonna lose my herbalism kit again. Alright. Well, see, Filsticker weighs his options. He decides he can't kill Lucas right now, so he's gonna shoot at that skeleton that is next to Kildrak.
Very good.
Hopefully he'll get to hit someone.
Probably.
Nope.
No.
You say probably, but
I mean, you're rolling with like +5, and you only need a 13. You know,
yeah, you'd think.
that's like 60. Yeah, pretty good odds.
I miss. It sails off into space thousands of years from now. An alien on another planet is terrified as a purple ray strikes the ground, and various diseases that they have no defense against whatsoever because they're from a totally alien biology swarm the whole planet, killing everyone.
So it's a
No,
critical success.
Better yet, you hit an uninhabited but habitable planet and spawn life. In another million years, they invade Earth and destroy it, or maybe.
Well,
not.
that'd be a critical failure.
Yeah, if he kills an entire other planet, so like in a few 100 million years, Filsticker will suddenly get like 1 billion XP as he kills an entire planet.
Yeah, and explode from his grave the size of a truck. So powerful.
rises as a god. But he just keeps putting but he puts all of his levels in Warlock, so it doesn't really make sense that he's now capable of feats greater than the god that is allegedly giving him power.
Yeah, except I think that happens to like clerics too.
It could happen in 3rd edition, because like you could have a cleric that's like a cleric of like one of the demigods or any of the any of the gods that are statted in like the epic material, and then you could just play like a god of like a cleric of I don't know, Thor, and you just kept playing until you're like stronger than he is and capable of commanding feats in his name that he couldn't actually do.
Yeah. Who was up, by the way?
They would be Kildrak, because Filsticker just went.
I mean, like, I get that there's things that I could do, but these guys are pretty squishy, so I'm just gonna whack it with my axe again.
That very much makes sense. You'll probably take it down if you hit.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't hit, though.
There goes that luck.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. Lucas, what you doing?
Lucas is wondering if that's cover or not. It's questionable.
I would say no.
I would say no, but only because Quarandir's a dwarf and you're a human, so if you stand up, he's not in your way anymore.
All right.
Nice.
That's a hit, then. That's a killing shot, then.
See, the human's not so bad at combat after all.
Yeah. Lucas Dietrichstein is typing.
I didn't realize that this was crap. The name of it just dropped out of my head.
Yes. Lucas Bolt struck the other still stuck in the skeleton, shattering the skull. Very good. And Silas, your turn.
Uh, Going to attack this one here.
All right. Roll to hit him.
Mhm.
Critical hit.
Nice. And that's plus 2 again, so 14.
14. Aha!
Ah,
He has
Oh,
more hit
wow.
points than that. Okay. So you impale him on your pike. Were he living, he would be dead several times over. You know, mostly from the lack of flesh and organs, but also from your spear.
Surely. Yeah.
And but he maintains being alive. Well, being not completely dead.
Bort, carry on my legacy. Do what I could not.
What you gonna do, Bort?
Bort is going to attack the one still in front of him because he's already basically set up, and he has dwarven blood. The act of swinging a big heavy thing at something repeatedly is like second nature, instinct even.
All right.
Get mauled.
That's a hit.
It's another 12.
Yeah, so that's he can't roll enough hit points to survive that. I'll roll anyway. Doesn't.
That was actually a really bad roll too.
Yeah. Well, they're vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pulverize it.
Bort just lifts the maul again and swings it again, as if he is forging a piece of metal, only he is unforging a piece of bone, or many pieces of bone, really.
Yes. And,
technically, he's just making a garden.
and he knocks that skeleton out of existence. The last remaining skeleton, in melee with you, it attacks Silas, and Silas just nearly slew it. Silas gets hurt.
Ouch, yeah, that one is actually gonna do it.
You get cut for minimum damage, 3,
Yeah.
as you get cut by the swamp sword.
And with resistance, that gets halved. And do you
Okay.
round up or down?
I don't know how your feature works. You tell me.
I don't think it actually tells you whether you
Oh.
round up or down, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll check. I'll just subtract 2 for now.
Okay. Yeah. And the archers now. I'm gonna fire once at Bort and once at Silas. Those archers
Jesus.
want you dead. This one is for Bort, and this one is for Silas. So Bort goes down.
Oof.
Bort just has things sticking out of him that shouldn't be sticking out of him.
I like to imagine that Bort doesn't even like fall down. The armor just holds him up.
Maybe so. But yes. Another arrow strikes Bort, and more blood runs over his armor. Kildrak, your armor's gonna rust. Well, also
God
Bort's
damn it.
leaking.
It's a good thing we brought that oil with us.
Uh-huh.
Do you suppose that Karandir, you could have your character delay? If Philsticker and Kildrak can take out the remaining one, you can row us up beside Bort, and I can like dump a bucket of swamp water on his head that will heal him.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just going to use healing word, but
Oh, I mean, I guess we should just go with that. It seems like a less complex plan. All right.
yeah.
Well, I was already thinking about moving forward.
I mean, so like we can put it like this: if y'all get close enough to do that, since you can just like generate potions, go for it. And I'll say the spell slot and maybe murder this thing.
Yeah, I mean the potion will be back tomorrow. Either way, if we do that. So in that case, yeah, Karandir, I guess you should delay because we can just get the boat into position where I'm beside the guy, but only just. But we need that skeleton gone first because it's standing where I need to stand.
Okay. So, Corandir can delay his turn. Philsticker, it's your turn.
Okay, time to try to enact that plan. So does it have cover from Kildrak or anything?
No, you have a clear shot. Kildrak's in the boat. I mean, I know his avatar is
Just say I
freaking out.
lean.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a clear shot. You're fine.
Okay, Eldritch Blast, work, god damn it.
Hey, it
Okay,
works.
thanks.
You were just waiting for that clutch shot.
Bazoop.
So please describe how you lean out and destroy the skeleton.
Alright, Philsticker's getting mad at his hands because they're not working, so this time he uses his left hand. And he leans out of the boat, and he, like, sort of tries to aim with his left hand and misses terribly, but since he's using the wrong hand, he missed missing and hits it.
Okay.
And it, like, blows its shoulder pad. It hits it in the shoulder pad and blows the shoulder pad through the rest of its torso. Skeleton's
And then-
probably
and
upset
then it
as
has-
its skull falls in the water.
It now has no torso, and its head and arms fall off to the ground or to the water. The head is kind of like clattering its teeth, and it splashes and sinks, and no more skeleton.
It's gonna bite off somebody's toe one day. Probably one of Slag's characters when they walk into the swamp.
Probably. So, Corandir's delay goes off, and boat up to the other boat.
I was hoping to go just a little bit farther
Okay.
to there,
All right.
but turned a little bit, obviously. If I can get that angling. Too many tokens.
Too many tokens.
There we go. Just gotta move.
All right. So Kildrak, it's your turn.
So I got to deal with those skeletons. I don't have anything of appropriate range. Would it be possible for me to get back into my boat and start moving that way?
Not and start moving that way, but you could make the move. You could then yeah, I guess you can do that.
I mean, and I'm not even necessarily saying like a full
Yeah, Yeah,
full
you-
movement's worth.
right. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. What is my movement speed? I don't even normally pay attention to it. 25. So it doesn't really make much difference.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and do that
Okay.
since they've got him under
Mhm.
control.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll the athletics.
Sure.
Okay, you don't fall in the water.
Yay. So that would have been. No, I don't want to move that. That would have been like 10, 15 feet, I guess. So really, I've only got maybe 10 feet left. Let's see. Can I do that? I think it would put me like there.
Okay.
Not really that worth it, but
Sure. So Lucas, you're gonna dump a potion on board.
Yep. For wow, worst potion.
Wow.
Still, that'll pull Bort back from the beyond.
Yeah, I mean 10 isn't awful.
It is on a potion of greater healing, but
But absolutely speaking, you know,
Yes.
it's
I guess I'll give him the other one too.
mhm.
I'll be fine. That's most
Alright.
of my hit points.
All right, but if you die, there'll be a comment that'll come up with.
So Silas, it's your turn.
Okay, am I misunderstanding, or were we keeping the initiative order going to do that? Because, like, are there any other skeletons?
They're the two archers that have been shooting you the entire time.
Where
over
are
to the
they?
southwest.
Oh, southwest.
Yeah, they're over on an island next to a weird white flower that I keep thinking is a third skeleton.
I do too. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh,
I legit just realized it wasn't the third skeleton.
It's mushrooms.
Let's just kill it.
I'll mock it to death.
yeah. So yeah. So that you can flee if you want, or you can boat over there and kill those two skeletons.
I do also have a ranged weapon, so.
Kildrag is currently high on murder and was already on the way without even inquiring about that.
Yes.
But
Let's
I'm sure
do
that
it.
he could be overridden.
No, Filster will help you row. Let's do it.
Being at long range is just disadvantage.
Yes. You say
Mm,
just disadvantaged, but I would say
Yeah,
it's
I-
disadvantaged.
I guess I'll move the boat closer to them.
All right.
Right. And I'm not sure how far I can move the boat or whatever, so I assumed you'd do that.
All right. Yeah. No, I only want one of these boats.
I'm okay with you moving both of them, but
You're just that strong.
I mean, Silas does have a 16 strength, I think. Yeah.
You might be that strong.
There we go.
No, you're just one now.
there you go.
Your blood flows together and all clots. You both die.
Now, can we combine our levels and hit dice and everything? Oh god, no, it'd be like that episode of Voyager where Tuvok and Neelix get combined into one being. They have like a moral dilemma about whether to kill this new individual or not to get their friends back.
I'm suddenly glad I did not see that episode of Voyager.
It is really disturbing, but
Yeah.
it's one of the
Basically,
better ones.
as I remember, it resolves with Janeway committing murder of the new entity in order to bring back her two previous entities.
That
Yeah,
sounds about
Voyager
right.
suffered from this one problem. They had this one author who really just despised Janeway and kind of women in general. And you can see that there's episodes that he wrote where Janeway will just do like awful things like that. And it's just like, or where Tom Paris and B'Elanna will get into some argument that doesn't make a lick of sense. And it's, I don't really like that writer. I think he really brought down the show. But you can start to spot the episodes he worked on if you're careful with it.
Well, that
In
kind of makes
retrospect, that does make sense. It explains some things.
Yeah.
I still think it's a good moral dilemma in general.
Well, considering that the hybrid being wasn't a Federation citizen, it's okay to kill him.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, in any case, board is up now.
Mhm.
Right. Bort is going to pick up his shooty mabob again, I guess, and reload it because it's a heavy crossbow and he has to reload it before he can shoot it.
Does that just take a bonus action, though, or is it a standard one?
Mhm. Yeah, it's not a standard action. It's like either a move or a bonus action or something like that.
Alright, cool. So you can shoot two, presumably.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, I will reload then and I will shoot it.
Okay. It's got some cover because of these trees, but
Mm-hmm.
I will allow the shot.
Good luck. I believe in
So
you.
disadvantage.
No cover.
It adds to AC.
Annoying. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't add that much, so that's a hit.
Alright. Let's see if I can actually do some damage, and not really.
Hmm?
Hmm?
It's a
A little
decent
bit.
chunk of their life.
You made it more likely that someone else will finish them in only one additional attack. You know, so it's pretty good. Not. Oops.
Oh, Jesus God, no.
There we go. Not 44. I just typed badly. Okay. Yeah. So the archer returns fire at Bort, but Bort has some cover from the trees.
Good
Not-
fucking luck.
Yeah, good. I know, good. It's not gonna make that. It's not gonna make that hit. Nor is this one. So yeah, they're returning fire at Bort ineffectually.
Nice.
Skelly's in the trees.
Back to Corandir then.
Yep, Corandir, what you got?
Oh. So they have some cover.
Yeah, if your line of sight's gonna take you through the tree line, so there's gonna be some cover there.
I'll give it a shot.
Sure. Well, if you're gonna
nice.
crit, that's you know. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Good.
Okay. Arrow goes through its skull. It drops back onto the island and ceases to move. Filsticker. It's one skeleton remains.
Damn it, there's trees in my way.
Yeah, I don't think you have like a real good line of sight there, buddy.
I make the boat move.
Okay.
I make it move to where I can see through that gap between trees.
All right.
Yes, there.
All right. So that's your turn. Kildrak,
So it seems.
the boat has moved. Filsticker has picked up the other oar and is helping you move the boat.
How kind of him to put me in the trees.
Yes.
What is the reach of my javelin?
I'm pretty sure it's less than that, but your maximum range would be.
Yeah, 30, 120.
Yeah, you'll be in the disadvantage.
Yeah.
You can only accurately throw a javelin so far, but you can
Yeah.
really chuck it pretty far.
Yeah.
But hey, you can't have disadvantage twice, so whatever.
This is also true, except that cover doesn't give disadvantage; it gives cover, which is a bonus to AC.
Ruining
Goddamn
all of our
inconsistent
fun.
game, goddamn it.
I know.
I think
Javelin is 30, 120.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'll throw a javelin. I haven't done that yet.
All right.
Hey, might hit.
16. You're not getting like through the most of the trees, so it's only a +2 for cover. So yes, you hit.
Yay! And now it has a javelin.
Yes, embedded in its body.
It
Hopefully
might load
this
its
doesn't
bow
hurt.
with it.
Hopefully this doesn't turn into the fucking javelin back and forth.
I mean, it's gonna probably lose that one, but
Unfortunately, you're so far away that it's not going to. It would be better off continuing to use its bow. So we don't get to have it throw the javelin back at you, as humorous as that is.
I'm not sure whether to be disappointed or not.
Lucas.
Lucas is going to row the boat until it occupies the space of this blue line.
Don't see the blue line.
It's about 6 tiles south of port.
I don't see one.
And I also do not see one.
I'll just move the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, but like here.
You mean that actual ripple in the water?
No, I drew a line. It's just, I guess you guys couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Because from here, I'll have a clean shot at him, and Corandir will have a clean shot at him when he gets a turn.
Cool. And Silas, your turn.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'd be shooting right through the trees, so I'm gonna move the boat as well.
Gonna move up and block Lucas and Corandir?
I'm not gonna try to, but like if we could move here and like, I guess, sitting horizontally, I guess, on those tiles, it wouldn't block them, but it would let us have a line of sight.
Yeah, I think there's actually space for all 3 canoes to be able to fire at this thing.
So horizontally, so you mean like move like this?
Yeah, like that. Yep.
All right.
Do you guys really not see this measuring line?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
That's so weird to
Oh,
me.
there it is. All right. That one I see.
Yeah.
I didn't see it before though.
Weird. But yeah, so long as you're not crossing that line, you shouldn't block either of our shots.
Cool. All right, that works. Now board's up.
Yep.
55 feet.
And you have a clear line of sight. What you doing, Bort? Heavy crossbow?
Yeah, heavy crossbow. see if I can heavy this in the crossbow.
Yeah, you do.
I very, very much heavy it in the crossbow.
Nice.
Mhm.
Wow, a 20 and a 1.
Yeah, that's a hell of a spread. Yeah, it's probably gone.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Victory.
We win.
Thunk. And
The
the skeleton falls, and the swamp grows silent.
fort just uses some kind of dwarfish equilibrium gun kata or crossbow kata bullshit to make the bolts like twist in midair and strike it side on so that it does maximum damage.
All right, though.
Yes.
So,
So with the so the skeletons are all slain. So what do you do now?
I mean, I guess we still have that grocery shop that we've got to get to.
I want to go get my javelin back real quick.
But yeah, let's take a minute to sort of boat around half casually, looking for javelins and ammo. Lucas is gonna keep his crossbow out, ready to like shoot any necromancers that rise up from the island and throw zombies at us, or similar such problems.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, this is Gumps Hollow. That is a distinctive possibility.
Oh, definitely.
Indeed it
Yep.
is.
And they don't have anything if we search them?
I suppose they should, shouldn't they?
Yeah, roll on the skeleton loot table.
Yes.
Kildrak is gonna brag about his move to Phil Sticker, even though Phil Sticker saw it.
Yes, it was pretty great. I thought your spine broke at one point.
I've lost my link to my the thing I was using.
Oh no, you
Oh,
lost
no.
the skeleton loot table.
I lost it.
no.
I found it.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Thank you, Google. Oh, wait, this doesn't make sense. I need to.
All right. Well, I am ready to record.
All right. So, you find you find a
Some weapons.
yeah, you find their weapons, of course.
What did they have exactly?
Each one of them had a short sword, and the two with bows had short bows. Their armor is useless scraps,
Do we have a
beyond repair.
Do we have a count on the exact number of skeletons?
I think it was 10?
Yes.
All right.
It was 8
So
melee
that's-
ones and 2 archers.
And did the archers also have short swords?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So one of the archers had on them a copper trade bar. It's £1. It's worth half a gold.
Cool.
The other one had nothing.
No, they have a whole bunch of arrows.
Oh, that's true. Yes, both archers have some selection of arrows.
Are the bolts that were fired against them recoverable as well?
I think the rule is technically you recover half of the ammunition you use.
Mhm.
I think that might be true. I'm not positive.
I think it's still in 5th, but it was in like a previous edition. I'll try and find out where it was like said. Yeah, page 146 in the player's handbook. Apparently, if Stack
Well-
Exchange is to be believed.
Stad, 20 arrows because I have no idea how many they actually fired.
And one of them had a one of the skeletons that you killed in melee, floating next to where he fell. You find a hand-carved flute.
Hmm. Cool. Killdrack can have that, I guess.
Take a look at it, yeah.
You think you can? It's very nicely carved. You think if you clean it out, or have Lucas prestidigitate it clean, you might be able to get a couple of gold for it.
Cool.
The flute, right?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
flute.
Right.
I mean, I've already got a flute, 2 flutes, in fact, and I don't even need a musical instrument as a focus anymore.
Never have too many flutes.
Man,
But he's already got a cursed evil magic fear flute. So
I mean, if you want to think it's cursed.
I mean it's pretty cool.
I'm just
Yeah.
sad that not enough of the skeletons were in one place at any given time to warrant it. Also, we just went through them like warm butter.
Yeah. Next time.
Well, yeah.
Next time, maybe when you encounter the chieftain with his stolen canoe.
When we, yeah. That'll be fun. And by
Yes.
fun, I mean terrible.
The question is, if we kill him and take the canoe back, do we get XP for it?
I think we should.
Well, I guess we'll have to figure that out at the when the time comes.
It becomes treasure after he's upgraded it with, I don't know, some kind of skeletal craftsmanship.
He's
Soiled. The word you're looking for is soiled.
Okay, to
No,
Phil Sticker, it was upgraded.
yeah.
To the rest of us.
He's grafted some broken skeletons to the back, to just like the legs, so that just paddle, kick constantly to push the boat,
Son of a bitch,
Without-
that's clever.
without needing to to row.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
he can just stand on the boat menacingly as it goes on its own power.
It's the skeletal hull of a boat now. We all think that it floats because of some kind of necromantic magic, but when we actually sort of fish it up out of the water, we realize that he did that with the legs, but they just walk on the floor of the swamp. It's like, well, it's still magic, I guess.
So, I guess we go back to Clink now and buy supplies and stuff, and maybe whoever wants to spend hit dice before we stop, or
Yep. Yeah. So you return to Clink, and you can are you going to take tomorrow off and take a full rest, or are you just here to sleep for the night and then head immediately back out?
I would be alright, continuing again without taking a full day, but then there isn't much reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting my spell slot back, but I think I'd be okay without.
So there's 77 gold here if he pays market value for the copper price and copper bar and half value on everything else.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll pay for your day off.
Something like that. I think we're going to start by spending a lot of that on upgrading food. Rather than track it in the chest, it's occurred to me that one thing that we might do is to just track both on the barrels, if you don't mind. Get an extra box and keep them under the barrels, because then what I can do is just go into the barrel, right, and add a green bar to it as well.
Sure.
And how would you guys feel about storing 40 water and 40 food in each canoe?
Sounds good to me. Yep.
Yeah, that'll give us quite a range, and we are starting to go farther.
Mm-hmm.
We'll spend
Um,
33 of the 77 gold on that.
Cool.
Sure.
Good.
And for the rest of that money, we should probably get like a pole with a hook on it or something for all of this fishing things out of the water we do. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually an item for sale, but I guess we could just divide this up between everyone else. There's 6 of us, so that's going to be like an annoying amount of gold, but that's not that bad. 5.5 each, everyone.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That the hook could just be a 10-foot pole.
I have a pike, which is a 10-foot pole with a knife on the end of it.
Is it one of those barbed ones?
It should be.
However, it doesn't encumber you like a 10-foot pole does, so it can't be used as one.
It could be used as a gondolier.
That's what I was picturing most of the time, honestly. So
Yeah, that's okay, because that's not mechanically important, so you can do that all you want.
And yeah, I rolled a hit die, but if we are just gonna spend the whole day, then I'll just, put it back to max and everything. If we are just gonna rest.
Well, I mean, there's not a good reason not to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we could, but there's no point because the lifestyle cost isn't such a burden that it's really a choice we need to make. So
As much as Lucas is infuriated with all of the delays, he's not going to be like, no.
Very good. So everyone, go ahead and spend, a gold for your modest lifestyle. And yeah, so we're this is obviously where we're going to end for this session.
yeah, makes sense.
You're back in Clink, safe and sound, as safe as Clink gets anyway. I'm sure during the day off tomorrow, Lucas is going to have some questions for Filsticker.
As soon as we get into town, Filsticker whispers to his toad to go go warn that woman. Get some lead or something. And then, like, I don't know, toss him somewhere on the shore.
All right. Well, we'll deal with all that at the beginning of next session. Yeah. Everyone. I'm sorry. I almost forgot to give you your XP.
Good.
It's going to be pretty straightforward, really. Lucas is going to figure out that the book wound up with the person who hired you to get the book. And naturally, he's not going to be all like, I'm going to steal it from your library. And she's not going to be all like, oh, the book is stolen, you can have it back. So it's just going to be all right, how much did you pay Filsticker for it? And then Lucas is going to insist Filsticker split the money with the party at least.
That sounds good. You do get the, let's see, the value of all the stuff you recovered was 77, yes?
Yes.
So everyone gets, or take 77 and divide that by the 6 of you. That's how much XP you get for that. And I'll be
All
near.
right,
You can round up if it's needed.
13 XP, everyone.
Woo!
Yes. And you did map a section of the swamp, so there is some XP for that. As soon as I find stupid chart that I am looking for that is lost. Ah, fuck it. I'll find it later. You get some amount of XP for that, though. But, yeah. So, that's it for this session.
Could you repeat how much XP?
No.
It was 13.
Thank you. Sorry, my
Oh, wait, it's in the
headphones decided not to be audible for some reason.
yeah, it's in the document. Mapping a hex is described under Travel and Fever Swamp. It gives XP equal to a medium encounter for the party's average level.
I
which
know that.
now I think.
I know
Oh, you
that. I
just
just
couldn't
can't
find
find
it.
what that is. Because I can't find the encounter XP table.
There's a thing for it. Just how many people? There's 6 of us. What level? 5 of us are level 3, if I recall correctly. What level is Bort?
2.
I'm
So
also
our
2.
medium XP is 850.
That's incorrect for the method that I'm using.
That's interesting.
It's
What method are you using?
150. Not for the entire party. It's for the XP thresholds by character level. So everyone in the party gets 150.
Well, that's close enough to what I would have gotten it.
Well, you were okay. You were right, but that was the amount that would then be divided, where I was calculating the amount that every individual got.
Right. Okay.
Alright, that puts me at 1053 out of 900, so go up to 3 then. Yay.
Okay, so yeah, does this cause anyone to level up? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I did.
Oh, you do?
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Hooray!
So Silence is
Congrats.
level 3 now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I was at
I thought
890
you
out
were.
of 900.
I thought you were already at level 3.
Yeah, it was just 10 XP off
Oh,
after last time.
well, congratulations. You can you can decide what you're doing for your levels before next week.
Yeah.
I will catch you guys later.
Talk to you later.